to recovery, and we've managed more than $1 billion in recovery for thousands of community associations and business owners nationwide. I'm coming to you from our Naples office here on the West Coast. Why? Because we are helping this community recover and rebuild stronger. We want to make sure that you are continuing to do your part for this community. They need all your help. And we are working with many community associations, businesses, as well as homeowners, and making sure that they have what they need. The list is still there, available on our website, as well as on our social media, of the things that we're trying to collect for this local community. It's not without your efforts that this is possible. So do what you can. Stop by our office right there in Coconut Grove. You're in South Florida area, as well as Dallas, Texas. Our team out there has been doing its part in helping us and supporting this local community in all of its efforts. And we want to make sure that we can continue doing those things. What we're finding here on the ground is that many people are misled or have misinformation about those people that are representing their interest. And we want to make sure that you, as policyholders, have the information you can use. That's what the show is always about. We're way over 100 episodes and continue to provide you actionable information. So what we're seeing is adjusters coming out, setting up preliminary inspections, surprising homeowners and business owners, community associations with a team of experts or no experts at all, and then saying that they need to come back to the properties. This is all an equivalent to delay tactics that is not leading to any sort of expeditious handling of your claims. How to avoid this? Start asking questions early on. Make sure that they know what you're going to be doing when you're out at the property, and make sure that your team on the ground is fully informed so that you have access to units, access to property, and that everything is perfectly coordinated so that you can get through the properties and the damages quickly and so they can see it. Your obligation is to prove your damages. Remember, don't act as an expert. Make sure you stick to what you know. What you know is that you have hurricane damages. There's a lot of debate going on about flood versus wind and other different sites of sublimits or exclusions, wind-driven rain. I'm fielding questions regarding mechanical breakdowns that are occurring. We just had a fire actually at association property. When pumps kick back on, how do you file those claims? Remember, if things start to occur with your boiler machinery or your equipment, on that date in which it occurs is your date of loss. So keep those things in mind as these things happen. Also, inclement weather, right? First couple weeks, we were blessed with pretty mild weather. It was nice outside. It was cool. It was breezy. We can move around. The community really responded in that opportunity and really pushed hard on the recovery efforts. Now some of those efforts have been hampered. Now we're hearing about flesh-eating bacteria over on some of the islands and some of the other things that we're contending with, some of the unknowns, right? And you're also going to find a lot of unknowns in your own property as it starts to rain, as we have changing winds and temperatures. We've seen and we experienced almost a 20-degree drop in temperature in the evening hours over the last week or so. So that will obviously not allow the moisture in your properties to evaporate. It's going to hold that moisture in. You're also going to get more moisture if you have any failures in your roofs or your window areas that maybe you thought that you did what you can, or you didn't suffer damages, and so you didn't tarp the roof, you didn't cover certain areas, or you're waiting on materials. We see a lot of homeowners, particularly, waiting on materials in order to make repairs, trying to hold off because they're not getting the advance payments from the insurance companies. Again, your obligation is to mitigate to the extent that you can. We understand material delays. Unfortunately, for a lot of you, your insurance company representatives that are not in the local area, not experiencing this firsthand, are not going to be as sympathetic to the issue. But as this inclement changes, as the weather changes, as we go into the winter months, it gets cooler, it's breezy. We're experiencing a lot more rain right now, which is causing some flooding in areas because our stormwater systems are still backing up. There's still issues. The water's not receding. Pay particular attention to these things. Try to anticipate these things. Try to be proactive with it. And again, make sure as we get through these several months, the first 4 months here, if there's any additional damages, that you're promptly reporting those things. And I said promptly, not immediately. Investigate them. Investigate those issues. Investigate the damages to the extent that you can, and make sure that you are giving prompt notice of the issues. But I would advise most of you, because we are experiencing what we anticipated, which is a shortage of adjusters. There's an absolute shortage of adjusters, and we're seeing more experts showing up to properties than ever before because the insurance companies have less access to independent adjusters who are adjusting these claims on their behalf. As we've talked about it before, there was a consolidation in the industry over the last several years, and unfortunately, there are less adjusters from this local market. We're seeing that many people coming from Midwest, the Northeast, as well as from other countries like Canada and the Caribbean area, because they're still dealing with claims down in those areas. And as they free up their time, they're obviously chasing the storms just the same. So as they chase the storms and they come into these areas, they're coming with preconceived opinions about the issues. They may have seen a very bad disaster in a third world country, and this may not look as bad to them, but it's your loss, it's your damages, and you need to prove that. But at the same time, understand that they're not there for you. Make sure you're doing everything you can, protect your interest, and make sure that you're promptly noticing them of any changes that are going on. And remember, the individuals sent out by the insurance company are not there for you. That's what the great team at GlobalPro is there for. We're insurance coverage experts. We have decades of experience. We're licensed general contractors, licensed adjusters, engineers, forensic accountants, whatever it takes. We have a team of experts that are working on behalf of policyholders. But to say that we can be there for everyone at all times, again, we want to be able to provide you the support that you need, and we can be there if you need our assistance. And if you are retaining representation and it's not GlobalPro, make sure that you are checking the references. Make sure you're checking the licensing requirement, the bonding. Make sure you ask questions about their past experience. Make sure they can actively and immediately respond to your needs. Now, again, difference between the prompt reporting of claims and your immediate needs. You need to immediately start assessing your damages with those that know what they're doing so that you're properly formulating claims, properly investigating the issues. Things like, as I mentioned, because of inclement weather, the things that are changing, you need to make sure that you're staying up on these things. And with our assistance, we can ensure that you're giving prompt and proper notice to your actual insurance company. A couple weeks ago, I had Matt Singsaran on, our senior vice president. He was talking about 3 really important things, and I encourage you, go check out that YouTube post that we have there, or on a LinkedIn channel, as well as a social media. He gives great advice about some of the things that I think are super relevant to our current situation in this claims process. But we're early on here. We're still dealing with these things. We're still learning things about the conditions of the storm. The numbers are somewhat changing. The reported issues that are going on in the area, they're starting to get access to some areas. We still don't even have complete access to some of the hardest hit areas. So again, these things are going to evolve. The opinions may change. You need to make sure you're staying up on these things. You need to make sure that you're giving that prompt notice, that you're doing that immediate investigation of your loss and damages. And if there's anything that we can do for you, that's what we've been doing for over a decade here at GlobalPro. Again, managing more than $1 billion in recovery, thousands of community associates and business owners. We can do the same for you. If you want to find out more about us, go check us out at globalpro.com. If you want to check out that YouTube post that I talked about with Matt in there, talking about all the great things that you need to be looking out for, things that you need to be considering, check us out on YouTube, on our channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like us and follow us on all the social media. I'm keeping it short this week because I'm here in Naples. I'm on the ground. I'm making sure that our clients and our community builds back stronger, and we want to make sure that you're doing your part. So if you're listening to this and you're not in the immediate area and you weren't immediately affected by this, reach out, let us know, because we want to make sure that the aid and all of the relief get to the right place. We've been doing everything we can through the GlobalPro Cares Foundation. That's what it's all about. Want to find out more about that? Check out our website. We have a whole section dedicated to all the amazing things that our team has done over the years for disaster victims throughout the country. So again, check us out online, hit the subscribe button, like us and follow us on all the social media. We'll be right back here, same place, same time, talking about all this important information that we're learning as things are evolving. These things are changing. I'm going to have a lot more details in this next episode coming up next week. We've been putting together some details about some of the things, and I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to start talking about some of the things that you could be looking for in your insurance company's estimate. Some things that we're noticing, some trends that we're seeing, where insurance company adjusters are it almost seems, because we're starting to see a little bit of a trend on certain items, like a trend, like something that's changed about the adjusting practices. Something seems to have changed in some of these claims manuals for these insurance adjusters on behalf of insurance companies, and we're going to talk all about that in the next episode. So check us out. Again, like us, subscribe us, and follow us on all our social media channels, including YouTube. And check out our website, GlobalPro.com. I'll see you same place, same time, right here on the Recovery Report Live.